Ask any custom car audio fabricator what the most important tool for custom car audio fabrication is, and I bet they'll tell you a router. For those of you that don't know, a router is a woodworking tool that basically takes a bit like this and spins it in order to make a cut. Now there's all sorts of different options for different router bits, each of which completes a different task. If you've watched any of my videos, you've likely seen where I use a router along with custom templates in order to create different shapes like this that are used throughout an install. So actually right now, as I am upgrading my workshop, something that I'm planning on adding is 3 different router stations. So what is needed for making a custom car audio router station? Let's take a look in this video and do an unboxing. Hey everyone, welcome to Car Audio Fabrication. I actually just received a new package that has a bunch of different tools that I'm going to be able to use for my router stations. Now a full disclaimer here, this video is sponsored by my show sponsor, Mobile Solutions. Mobile Solutions is located in Phoenix, Arizona, and they have a wide variety of tools that you can purchase from their online store that are specific for car audio. So if you enjoyed these videos, please consider showing them some of your support. Links to all the tools and a little bit more about them is down below. So let's get started with this unboxing. So I've already opened the box up a little bit here because I want to have kind of a plan of attack, but I'm gonna go for this guy here first. So this is a router lift. Now if you guys have watched my videos, you've no doubt seen where I'll have a router and it's able to go up and down in the table. And the mechanism that is responsible for doing that is this guy. Now there's actually 2 different versions of router lift that you can get from Mobile Solutions. This is the Master Lift, which is the higher grade version. It just has more metal pieces. It lasts a little bit longer. The actual top surface is made out of metal, which is a little bit different than the more cost-effective version. Both are great. This is actually the same version that I have right now in my existing router table that I've been using well over 2 years now. And it's always been awesome. I haven't had anything go wrong with it. So I actually have 2 of these because now in total I'm gonna have 3 different router stations. Included with the router lift, you'll have an insert which goes into the top of it and it kind of reduces the diameter of what's exposed around the bit. And you can actually buy additional inserts that have different sizes for different size router bits. And also included is a wrench, which allows you to easily get that insert out. So next up, while we're on that topic, this is something that's actually new for Mobile Solutions and goes along with those lifts. This is a template that allows you to make a custom cut in your countertop so that you can add that lift. Now I'm going to show you guys the process of doing this in a future video, but the advantage of having something like this is you're able to create that cut absolutely perfectly. And now instead of having to buy a specific router table that actually fits with that lift, you can simply modify countertops, which if you're following along with my car audio fabrication Fab Lab build, you know that I've installed IKEA cabinets along with some countertops. So I'm gonna make modifications to those countertops using this convenient Mobile Solutions cut template for the router lift. Additionally, for those of you guys who have built something like that before where you have the lift in a countertop, you know that a lot of times countertops are actually built up of like compressed wood. So what happens is the router lift itself actually has these small set screws on it that allows you to level the router lift within the hole that you put it down in. But the problem is those set screws will actually eat down into the wood. So another new product from Mobile Solutions is these metal inserts. So basically what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to make the cut in the countertop, and then this metal insert goes down in there, and now the set screws sit on top of this, so you don't have to worry about them eating away and damaging the countertop over time. You have a nice stout surface for it to mount onto. Finally, I've got this router bit here. This is a dado bit, and what it will allow me to do is use this template on top of my work surface, on top of the countertop, and then I can take my existing router, plunge down into it, and make the cut, allowing that lift to sit into the table. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the other lift. Right now, this is exactly the same as the first one I showed you guys. So next up, when you're building your own custom router table, you need a switch. So this is a paddle style switch, and what's cool about this is a couple of things. First of all, the start button actually has a hole in its side. So what this means is you can actually lock this out. So if you have kids around or something like that, you can easily lock this start button out so that fingers can't just happen to come along and press it and start up the router. Second of all, once you do start it, what's nice is it has this big paddle switch that engages the stop button. So what's nice about the paddle style stop switch is a lot of times you'll have both hands on the workpiece that you're using on the router. When you want to stop the router, you might not necessarily want to have to remove one of your hands, so what you can do is simply bump this with your thigh or your leg. Easy as that, then the router's off. So of course, since I'm doing 3 routers, I have 3 of these. So these 2 are 2 more of those inserts I was talking about for the router lift. I've got to bend down here. So the last thing I want to show you guys is something that I'm super excited about because I was actually involved in the design process of this. I did a lot of the design work and modeling of the conceptual product before it went into production, so I'm excited to talk about this next thing. As you guys may well know and may have seen in some of my previous videos, Mobile Solutions sells router bits individually, but they also sell router bits in sets. So what's cool about these sets is they actually come in a tray like this where every different router bit is identified, and that way if you use a bit, you know exactly where it should go back in place. It's always really important in a shop to know exactly where all your tools are. It really helps your efficiency. So Mobile Solutions has had these laser cut trays for a long time now, and what we came up with is these new brackets that basically hold one of these trays. But what's cool about these brackets is they will actually go into slat wall. Now, if you guys don't know what slat wall is, I mentioned it in one of my vlog videos where I was talking about what I planned on putting up on the wall, but basically it's this piece of wood that has all these slots in it, and you can put these special hooks in it. A lot of different places of business actually have this. They'll use it for hanging up clothes, for hanging up products, that kind of thing, but it's really handy for in a shop because you can easily move stuff around, you can hang tools from it, and now you can also hang router bits from it. So my plan is in front of my router station, I'll actually have a line of these. It looks like, I think I have 7 of these total. So I'll be able to put all my different router bit trays in those, and then they're right at eye level. I can grab them easily, load it into the router, and start fabricating. So there we have it. I'd say that this is probably a pretty good start to creating an advanced router table setup. I'll be sure to show you guys more details on how this stuff all goes together in a future video. So I'm curious about something and I need your input. For those of you that are watching right now, how would you classify yourself in terms of involvement in custom car audio? Are you a guy who wants to build their own build maybe once a year or every once in a while? Or are you a guy that's working on starting your own custom car audio business? I've actually had a lot of guys email me this and tell me that. So I'm curious, those of you that are watching, does that classify you? Or do you already work professionally in the car audio industry? I'm just curious who's out there watching these videos. If you could let me know, I would appreciate it. As always, thank you guys for watching, and also thank you to Mobile Solutions for sponsoring this part of the CAF Fab Lab. Remember to check out the links for these tools down in the video description, and if you would like to see more of the CAF Fab Lab build, you can check it out over there. If you're new here, I have all sorts of custom car audio videos that you can check out over here as well, and I would love to have you as a subscriber. Thank you for watching.